So I asked Google, if Elon Musk would achieve all of his goals by 2030, what would the world look like? Are you ready? Now, this is what it said. If Elon Musk achieves his 2030 goals, the world would likely be defined by an age of abundance. Now, powered by present AI and humanoid robots, making physical labor optional, eradicating poverty, and transforming transportation and energy. A shift to sustainable energy, rapid interplanetary colonization, and advanced neural interfaces would redefine human life. But what does that mean? Okay, let's get a little bit deeper. The robot AI economy, these are key aspects of the 2030 Musk influence world. Now, millions of Tesla robots would handle industrial childcare and elderly care tasks. Now, Musk predicts this could make goods and services almost free, enabling a universal high income. Fully autonomous Tesla vehicles would dominate roads, while solar energy and battery storage would become the primary power source, replacing fossil fuels. SpaceX Starship would likely have achieved multiple trips to Moon and Mars and established a foothold for a self-sustaining city on the Moon as well as Mars. Neuralink would be widely used to treat neurological disorders and potentially link human consciousness directly to AI. Now, Starlink would provide high-speed, low-latency internet to every corner of the Earth. In this scenario, the economy would likely see an explosion in productivity driven by machines and outnumber humans, leading to a profound shift in the human experience where work becomes voluntary. However, predicting the future is hard, but that doesn't stop people from trying, especially people named Elon Musk. As he well knows, being bold is pretty much the only way thought castles can become concrete or wood or brick or metal or whatever. Now, in this list, it has gathered a handful of far-reaching goals as a framework for what to expect in a decade ahead. Now, what about space colonies? Now, a mega expansion in genomic sequencing, sweet little nuclear power plants. It's never too early to start holding the promise makers responsible for their claims. After all, even billionaires need an accountability body. So welcome to the moon base. When the last person left the moon in 1972, few could have predicted that the humans wouldn't return for another 50 years, but NASA says this time around, things will be different. The agency is planning a crewed mission to the moon in 2024, and this time it wants to stick around. Now, the idea of the Artemis mission is to lay the foundation for permanent human presence on and around the moon, which will then serve as a jump-off point for the agency's journey to the Mars, and SpaceX is the front runner. Now, the Artemis Plan, every starfighter in Star Wars is explained right here. When Artemis was first announced, it was easy to be a non-believer. The agency wants to use a rocket that hasn't flown yet. It lacks the necessary funding for the moon mission. The list goes on. But this year, NASA has made big strides on the mission. The agency has selected a handful of companies to build components for its lunar gateway and space station that will be in orbit around the moon, and it has solicited designs for lunar lander. Now, what about Elon Musk's plan for Mars? Sending life to Mars has been Elon Musk's goal from day one, and this is the decade he has pegged for his touchdown on the red planet. Originally, he wanted to ship off plants in a greenhouse, but as SpaceX came to dominate the new space industry, Musk's ambition have risen in tandem to include the full-fledged Mars colony and now a city on the moon. In 2019, he showed off for the first time the rocket that could make it happen. Musk's Mars timeline is predictable, slippery. In 2017, he predicted SpaceX could send a cargo mission to Mars by 2022. The following year, he said that the first crewed mission to Mars would happen in 7 to 10 years or no later than 2028. Musk is notorious for widely underestimating the amount of time it takes to accomplish his ambitious goals, so don't schedule for your launch party just yet. Still, he tends to follow through on his promises. every time. Now remember when he said about abundance for all. Well, goodbye poverty. Predictions for the futures often have a sci-fi band, jet packs, flying cars, and brain-computer hybrids. The good news is that crushing global poverty has declined significantly. Now, the World Bank reports that 1.1 billion fewer people live in extreme poverty than did in 1990. The organization has been working with countries to improve education, gender equality, food security, social services, and more. But let's face it, we don't know the future. Elon Musk, however, isn't losing any sleep. He's been repeating for years that society won't just need a universal basic income. It'll need something much bigger, universal high income. Now, I hope he's counting on the government for this. No, just saying. Sorry. Now, the latest reminder came after tech commentator David Scott Patterson claimed on X that by 2030, all jobs will be replaced by AI and robots. And Musk replied, "Your estimate is about right. However, intelligent robots in humanoid form will far exceed the population of humans, as every person will want their own personal R2-D2 and C3PO. And then there will be so many robots in the industry for every human to provide products and services." That prompted another user to ask the obvious. When a robot replaces working people, how will those who become unemployed sustain their lives? Now, Musk's answer was there will be universal high income, not merely basic income. Everyone will have the best medical care, food, home, transport, and everything else. Sustainable abundance. And just think of all the kindness that'll be delivered by Tesla's robots around 2030. So sweet. But just in case Musk is right, how will our daily life look like? Let's say someone opted in not to work. Wouldn't be me, but some might choose to. Now, sleeping in and being greeted by your personal Optimus robot with a cup of coffee. You sit down and you enjoy your breakfast that your Optimus just cooked for you. Now, you decide to pick up a few things from the store using a cybercab with your bot close by, since he's also your protector. You could also do some work on your laptop during your trip. And later you're searching for some interesting research. And yes, your little friend can assist you. Since Grok is installed in your humanoid, you can have some fun conversations. Optimus can entertain with games and other fun interactions. Now, you will have time to do what makes you happy, whether it is learning, art, exercising, or any other activities you enjoy. Now, you will be never lonely. Phones will be connected to Starlink without interference. So will all of your other technology. Vacations on Earth? Heck no. It's the moon and maybe even Mars. X will be your investing hub, your bank, your social media outlet, if we still need all of this stuff. Dementia and Alzheimer's or any other disabilities don't exist anymore, just because now we have Neuralink implants. Energy now is mostly produced in outer space, or where also most data centers are located, and on the moon. Worried about elder care? Now, our little Optimus will be more affordable than ever. It'll be more affordable than an old people home or a hospice. Need a dog sitter while you're on vacation, or a house sitter? Our new best friend is jumping in, recharging himself, ready to serve, afraid of AGI. Well, we have to talk about that too. A self-thinking advanced AI? Well, maybe we see things from a human perspective. Maybe it's because we compete. We need to be in control. Maybe it's not as petty, hopefully. Or maybe I'm wrong. So will this happen? Maybe not by 2030, but surely by 2040 or sooner. And what do you think about the future and how it will look like? How do you picture it? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. And if you would like to see how Starlink is getting integrated into Tesla vehicles, you could watch this next. Also, join us next time when we talk about Tesla, Elon Musk, and his other companies. My name is Claudia, and goodbye.